On everyone, we're going to get started in about 1 minute. 1 minute. We have about 30 more seconds when we get started. This is not going to be a long call. Yeah, excuse me, a long training. This is going to be, I'm showing you guys one of my strategies I use for the London session. And it has a very high accuracy rate. And we do have it in the back office already, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are overlooking it. So, I decided to, feature it on one of our live training sessions so people can actually look into it and actually use this. There's times where I don't, but there's always setups. With this strategy alone, within an hour and a half or two, you can make enough pips and be done for the day. You can skip trading the New York session in about, let's give about 30 more seconds. All right, everyone. Welcome to Monday night's live team training. It's November the 14th, 9 p.m. Like I said, I'm not going to hold you guys too long tonight. We're going to get right into it. This is our GBP strategy. Like I said, it's in the back office under, under our proven forex strategies. Now, this strategy alone, like I said, it has a high winning rate. But I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people who are using it because we will be getting a lot of people who will be posting in the chat. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys exactly how to do this strategy. With this strategy alone, you can become a successful forex trader. With this strategy alone, and it's not hard to learn. You learn it within minutes. So let's get right into it. First thing, as you see up here, I'm on Trading View. Use this on MetaTrader 4, but I like to do it on Trading View pretty much. Just because the charts look smoother, they look cleaner, and I always have a bunch of things in my chart. So I will come over here and I'll set everything up, and then I might have my phone next to me where I might enter the trade on the mobile app, or I might just go over to MetaTrader 4 and enter the information right there. But first thing you want to do, excuse me, if you're using TradingView, right here where you see the time, UTC, that's the time zone. I'm going to click on it and make sure it's at UTC, the regular one, all right? From there, to the 1 hour chart. And you want to mark support and resistance areas. Now, for some people, if you're new, you may not understand what support and resistance areas are or how to find them. But pretty much, you want to find the area where price, hits, at least 3 times. Like pretty much, see, like right here. See. And we have some right here. You see price hit a couple times. We're on the 1 hour chart, so I use the bodies of the candle. See how price just sits on that line? All right, but I'm going to show you guys a easier way to do it. All right, so what I did was I went right here where it says bar style. I clicked area. A little bit easier to see it, right? Now you're pretty much looking for the peaks, mountain peaks. I'll always have them at the top because that's, and then you just go down from there. You see there, I would put it there anyway, because once you switch back, you will see that there's probably gonna be another one there. You can use this to get started. Right here, 3 hits. Now here, and there's a couple there. Let's drop there. You already know how to do support resistance. You don't have to do it from here. You can just go and do it the regular way. Let's see what else we got. All right, so then I'll just come back up here, go back to candles, and check it out. You will see pretty much sets them up. Now, if you want, you can come in and add some more. Remember, you're looking for where price hits at least 2 or 3 times. All right, we're pretty good right there. All right, so the way this works is this. Now, the UTC time is going to be totally different than the whatever time zone you're on, because I'm on the East Coast. So if I don't use UTC time, I just use the regular time. It would be 3 a.m. is when I'll start setting everything up, and 4 a.m. I'll look for the breakout. All right, this Eastern time. So if you're looking at this right here, it will actually say 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is where you will be, is where you'll be looking for, setting everything up. 8 a.m. is where you'll be looking for the breakout. Whatever way is easier for you. If you're on the East Coast, then when 3 a.m. hits, whatever candle, remember, we're on an hour chart also, and it only works for GBP pairs. All right. So 3 a.m. whenever that candle starts forming, you already know that's the candle that you're looking for. So 3 a.m. is when you start setting everything up. 8 a.m. is the breakout. So let's just go so I can show you what we're looking for. All right, so we already have our support resistant line set up. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to grab a vertical line. Let's change the color. Change it to red. So remember, like I said, we'll say 7 a.m. Down here, bottom of the screen, we see the date and everything. It'll say 7 a.m. UTC time. That's exactly what we're looking for. So just scroll over to find the 7 a.m. candle. Bam, we found it. The vertical line right there. All right. Now we know that's the vertical line. Next thing you want to do, you just wait. You wait about 45 minutes. Remember, this is the hour candle. So if you're looking at the UTC time, it'll be 7:45. About 7:45 is when you want to go back to the chart and start pretty much setting everything up. You just want to make sure you identify that 7 a.m. candle and put a vertical line through it. So let's say we wait 45 minutes and we come back. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for how high and how low that candle went within. It's really is for the full hour, but I'll start setting everything up 15 minutes before. And if it breaks past before, then I'll just adjust it before the hour's up. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So this is the 7 a.m. candle. It's 5 UTC time right now. So now we're going to do this. Horizontal lines. Let's change the color so we know. Let's just make it purple. All right, so I'm just gonna drop 2 purple lines right here. You're not gonna be able to see the wicks. You gotta make sure you get the wicks. Just move this out the way so I can see exactly how high that candle went. Right at the top. 1. And this is the candle. So I'll move this on there. So that means remember, do not get confused with this. Between 7 a.m. UTC time and 7:45 so far, price went between these 2 lines. Now let's say it's 7:55 and price moved up here. All I do is I'll adjust this and move it up. All right. So, let's say 8 o'clock hits, 8 o'clock UTC time, which would be 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Now what we're looking for is this. We're looking for which way the candle is going to break out. Save. Hold on a second. All right, to be more safe, I like to look at the trend, which way the trend is going. All right. So if I know we're in an uptrend, break out to the upside, look for a breakout to the downside. You know, sometimes this does happen around reversals, and sometimes you have to change things up. But you know, as you see here, price is moving up anyway. The high went within an hour. This is the low it went. So now, what I'm waiting for it, the price to break last candle, which it does. All right. I wait about 10 pips. I would set a pending order 10 pips from, so if that is 1.2066, I would set a buy stop at 1.2076. And I will only really look for about 40 pips. I will only look for about 40 pips. If it goes more, if it starts to retrace, I close out. I take my 30 to 40 pips and I'm done. That's 6 pairs you can do this with. All right. Now, the reason why we drew the support and support resistance is knowing where your stop loss would be. We should have had one down here. Should have one down here. So if we do enter this color, so I'm confusing myself. All right. So when we do break out right here, then down here, it's too much for you. You know, decide what you want to risk. 30 pips, 40 pips. You know, this strategy, you know, this breakout around this time usually goes, it averages about 40 pips. So, you know, you could risk 40 pips to make 40 pips. All right, stop loss would have been right here, wherever this is at. Take profit, like I said, it's 40 pips, and you could trail it. Breakout right here, end up going for 1 point. Well, you see, this could have turned into a long-term. All right, but you easily got your 40 pips within hours or so. All right, now let's look at it on a 7 o'clock candle. It's right there. Okay. The high of that candle and the low of that candle set because it was right on support resistance. This is the high, this is the low. Look what happens. You'd have had a buy stop here because it was an uptrend. Sell stop, you know, like I said, I used to have the sell stop just in case it broke the other way. But what used to happen was it would break this way for a fake out and then continue up. So like I said, if we're in an uptrend, just stay with the buy stop. If it ends up dropping, don't worry about it. Go on to the next one. But look what happens here. 1.2242. So we would have had a buy stop of 1.2252, which it hits. And then a couple hours later, look what happens. That's 140 pips by the afternoon. Let's look at one more day. Here we go. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way. Got right there. I'm just going to take these from the bottom. There. Here. Also remember, if you know if you're like right, let me make this a little support area. If your support area is really close, all right, Give at least 30 pips. But that was the 7 a.m. UTC candle. This next candle breaks out 1.2401. Hour later, it's at 1.2442. That's easy 40 pips within an hour. You could have been done. You know, you see price did retrace, then shot right back up. You know, and it's the same thing with every GBP pair. Support resistance. So I'm just gonna go over. I'm just gonna show you the candles. All right, let's start here. That's the candle. I'm just gonna put these right here quick. I'll go back to it. So, which one is it? That's the high. That's the low. This is the candle. Waiting for the breakout. And up, so we have a buy stop set. Bam, it breaks out, and look what happens. Long-term buys. But easy got your 40 pips. Me personally, I've just been moving my stop loss up. Stay. See what happens. I'm just gonna use these. That's your low. That's your high. You got your buy stop set 10 pips from 7 a.m. UTC candle. Breaks out. You see it. One more day. The high and the low. It breaks out. Comes back in between. It's playing around for a while. And finally goes up. You can easily grab your 40 pips. Excuse me. That's GBP JPY. You know, it's all you gotta do is go back into charts and look at them. You go back and look at them, you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, these, I'm gonna show you this one. This is gonna be the last one because this isn't gonna be 100%. And sometimes you do have that retracement. You just can't be afraid. That's why you have to just set your stop loss, and you'll be fine. So this one's coming down. You see, this one went up, and now it's coming down. So if I would have played this one, that would have been the 7 o'clock candle. Once you get good at this, you can go either way with this, especially if you're going to stay up and pay attention to what price is doing. If you're going to go to bed, then just move with the trend. All right, let's see if I actually got it where it's at. All right, this is the high, this is the low. This is actually a big, a big gap, a big zone. Something like this, I won't even touch. This is in these. You see something like this, don't even touch it. Pair. All right, so we're gonna skip that one. Let's go to the next day. All right, price is moving down. We'll take this. We're gonna sell stop. This would have been a small breakout candle. Really small. Bam. 7 a.m. UTC. You had a sell stop 10 pips underneath this. So right now it's at 1.6160. Sell stop have been at 1.6150. Price dropped all the way down to 1.6000. So what's that? 160 pips within 3 hours. You're done for the day. This would have started at 4 a.m. By 7 a.m. he was done. Let's go to one more day on this pair. That. got that, and there goes the breakout. 0.6561. So you would have had the buy stop at 1.6571. Went to 1.6630. What's that? 60 pips in 1 hour. Now imagine if you're doing 2 to 3 pairs. You could easily grab 100 pips a day. Easily. You just got to commit yourself to getting up for London session. So to play this smart, I would get up, set an alarm for 3 a.m. Not even. You set an alarm for about 3:30 a.m. Set everything up, and wait till 4 a.m. Right before 4 a.m., by about a few minutes before, that's when you want to set your pending order. Price shouldn't break higher than this zone or lower than this zone within 2 minutes. If it doesn't, it shouldn't be much. And then that's pretty much it. See what happens. If you see prices taking a long time moving in between the zones or consolidating, if you want, you can just close out, or you make sure you have your stop loss in place, and you could just go back to bed or whatever. But me personally, I wouldn't mind staying a few hours, because if you do get that one trade where, whichever one it was down here that just went up, that just dropped, you just sit up 3 hours, but 160 pips. Imagine if you had, a dollar standard on there, you just made $1,600. All right. One more I'm gonna find. I think it's actually was a loser. I'll show you guys what happens when that happens. What to do when that happens. No, it actually wasn't. Sorry about that. Everyone I actually looked at was pretty good, except GBP USD. Let's see. Yeah. If you guys just go back and watch this video, watch the training in the back office. I think I kind of break it down a little bit more on this one. Just demo it for a little bit. Demo it for a couple of days. Get used to it. Let me screen and just write down some of the rules. All right, now where we do that at right here. All right, first thing is UTC time zone. Um, 1 hour chart, support resistance, support resistance 1 hour chart. 7 a.m. UTC, 3 a.m. Eastern. Eight a.m. UTC, 4 a.m. Eastern. Set pending order, 10 pips from the high or low of the previous. And only set the pendant in the direction of the trend. All right, let's see if I can move this. Hold on. I'm actually gonna take a snapshot of this. I'm gonna put it in the Telegram. I'll put it in the group. All right. That's pretty much it. It's a very simple strategy. I'm telling you, guys can easily do 100 pips a day. I would be careful with Sundays. I mean, it's not Sundays. Monday mornings. Because price start moving till about Tuesday. Stuff caught up. But this is pretty much the rules. Like I said, if you want, you can test it on demo. Some of the guys who are with us now, who I've taught, over the summer, they already know how effective this is. So just go ahead and test it. Oh, hold on a second. Your stop loss goes at least 30 pips or under the next support or resistance. Target 30 to 40 pips to be safe. All right, so there you go. You guys do use this. Like I said, it's very effective. I showed you in a row that if you would have just used your strategy, you could have made a few hundred pips from each pair. I only went through 3 of the GBP pairs. Ones that I like would be GBP JPY, GBP CHF, GBP NZD. They move a lot. So does GCAD and GA, but those would be my favorite. All right, so like I said, it's gonna be a short one. This, and I will talk to you guys soon.